Both the palms on the thighs, palms open to the ceiling. Spine straight, neck straight. And let's take some few deep, long Ujjayi breath. Inhale through the nose, constricting your throat muscle. Make your breath deeper and longer. Relax the throat muscles. And now let's take a deep breath in. Inhale, bring your both the palms in Namaste. Join your palms together, thumbs near to the sternum bone. Elbows down and out, chest slightly coming forward and up. Exhale. And hold this awareness of the consciousness throughout your entire body. Expel the minor concern, any negative thought. Achieve a responsive state of aspiration after everything which is superior, beneficial for all, macrocosmic and divine in nature. Holding the awareness of the consciousness, we take a deep breath for Om chant. Inhale. 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 Bindu Sanyuktam Nityam Dhyayanti Yoginaha Kamadam Moksadam Chaiva Omkaraya Namo Namaha Guruve Sarva Lokanam Vishje Bhavaroginam Nidaye Sarva Vidyanam Dakshina Murtaye Namaha Anandam Prasannam Jnanaswarupam Nijabodharupam Yogindra Midyam Bhavarogavadyam Srimad Gurum Nityamaham Namami Srimad Gurum Nityamaham Namami Srimad Gurum Nityamaham Namami. Let's take a deep breath. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And now slowly and gracefully becoming aware of our body and surrounding, holding this awareness of the consciousness, we open our eyes and we come back. So, good morning, Namaste again. And we continue to speak about our problems and the solutions. Okay, so Are you making recording? So yesterday we started with the 9 obstacles, right? And then what are the 9? What is the first one? One by one. Physical disease, mental disorders, doubt, doubt. What is the next after the doubt? Inertia, pramada. Next one, laziness. Very good. Alas. Procrastination. What is the next? Attachment. Avirati. Too much indulgence in any sense objects is the attachment also. Okay, what else? Illusion, Bhranti Darshan. Next, lack of grounding, lack of experience when you continue to practice and not able to get any experience, right? And then very good. Oh, look, you have studied. And then if you don't overcome these, right, then the 4 are more there. What are these 4? Unpleasant experiences. Second, bitterness in the mind. Third, lack of coordination between your organs and different limbs of your body. You are not able to walk properly, not able to speak properly. This all comes. This is after long term. And the next is irregular breathing. Now, how to overcome them? Yes. So there is the Patanjali is giving the hope now that how to overcome. And in overcoming, the first one is the very first one. Tata Partisedartham Ekatattva Abhyasa. So what does it mean? Tata Partisedartham. Partised means to overcome. Tat means those problem, right? If any one of we are going through that, and some of us might not, oh my God, it's all I'm facing, or maybe someone a little less or more. Those problems we face, right? So to overcome them, tat means those that partised means overcoming. The first thing we need to do, eka means one. And here Patanjali is using the word tattva. He say eka tattva abhyasa, practice one tattva. Now the question will arise, what is this eka tattva, one tattva? What is that one tattva? Right? So in ancient language, whenever the yogi they used to speak and discuss about, they were not the word God or the Paramatma or Brahman. In ancient language they used to speak about tattva, that there is only one thing which is permeating underneath this universe. So eka tattva, that tattva. That's why we call Guru tattva, Ishwar tattva. So in Tattvic, and there is a textbook also, we say Tattvic Vivechan, means discussion about the tattva. So in terms of the ancient languages, especially in India, Sanskrit, or there come later on the other languages also, there they used to discuss about tattva, Tattvic. That's why we say 36 tattvas. 36 tattvas means what? It's a kind of a qualities. And then beyond all these, there is a one supremacy of one thing. That you can call Ishwar, that you can call God, that you can call Brahman. The Vedanta speak in terms of Brahman, the absolute, or you can call Tattva. So the very first thing, that's why if you take any of the ancient scripture, they first speak about the highest. They first speak about the highest. In terms of when you want to get the solution of your problem, the first thing they speak about the highest. That's why in Bhagavad Gita also the first chapter, the second chapter is called Yoga of Knowledge. Second chapter, first chapter is the problem. Right? If you have read some point of time, or maybe later on you get willing to read that. So first chapter is all about problem. The one man Arjuna now face a biggest challenge to go through the struggles of the life, and what kind of problem we face. So those problem has been talked into the chapter 1. So now what is the solution of that? So that's why first thing Krishna speaks about jnana, knowledge. The highest of the solution is get into the knowledge. And then he speaks about in Jnana Yoga, Yoga of knowledge, about the pure awareness, pure consciousness. He asks Arjuna, Arjuna, expand your horizon, expand your consciousness more, and now this you are going through the life, and whatever you are facing, this divine has some plan for you. So he now skillfully handled the mind of Arjuna. And he says that you are doing this karma because of the highest will. So merge your will with the highest. So you are not the doer here. So he said, who is the doer? That divine is the doer. That has brought you and the people who are against you, and now you are in the struggle of the life. And if you see, don't look just to the past, that the Arjuna and the Krishna and then the people are there who are against you. Just look to your life as well. If you look at the present scenario, you will find some people are with you and some people are working against you. And even sometime our mind and intelligence also working against ourselves. That's why he say one point of time that the human beings are the biggest enemy of themselves, and they can be the biggest friend of themselves. How to become the biggest friend? Raising your awareness and bringing in your awareness the highest. So that's why similarly Upanishad also speaks of the same thing. We read the Upanishad is considered to be the highest of the knowledge of the Vedas. So in that also if we see, there is a Ishavasya Upanishad. So the very first sloka speak about Ishavasya idam sarvam. Sarvam means in all. The Isha means that Tattva, Ishvara, is permeating throughout us, all of the being. Yes? We are all made up of one consciousness. And to overcome all these problems, what we need to do? Practice that one thing. Again and again, we need to focus on that, the pure consciousness, which every one of us we are made up of. That is the highest of the solution. Now, this tattva, or when we speak about the Brahman, it is a little difficult to grasp because it's very abstract, it's very absolute. So it's not, it doesn't come into the everybody's understanding so easily if they have not been in a long-term sadhana practices. It is difficult to understand that one thing, and we say that one thing is made up of bliss, and we notice all kinds of sorrow around us. So that's why it becomes difficult to comprehend, difficult to understand. Yes. Right. We have the tools. That's we are discussing today. Huh? This is 31, 32, sorry, 32. 31 is the problem. Right? This is 32, chapter 1, 32. If you want to look on later, search on the internet, Google, you can Google it. Chapter 1, 32, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, it will come up. So it's clear about Tattva. Tattva, Eka Tattva Abhyasa, practice that one thing. Before that, if you see, when we have the problem, so overcome our problem, Patanjali also says that the two things are very important. Krishna also says that the two things are very important. You pick up any ancient scriptures, they speak about these two things. What are these two things? Practice, Abhyasa. In Sanskrit, Abhyasa means practice. Along with the practice, they say another thing, and that is Vairagya. Vairagya. Vairagya means usually called detachment. Detaching from them. Right? So if you want to fly, so if the bird want to fly, what the bird does? Can fly with one wing? Not possible. Right? Okay, do your both arms like this. Open your arms. Yes, and do like this. So you are like a bird. Right? So let's say you go, Pablo. You don't want to fly? Yes. So let's say you want to fly. So in the beginning you need to put your both the wings, right? The birds put both the wings, and after some time, then what the bird does? When go certain height, it just lose this and then float in the sky. You have seen? And after a few seconds, then again 2-3 times, and then again flying. 2-3 times, and then again flying. Right? So Swami Vivekananda also says the two wings. You have the two wings. What are these two wings? Practice and dispassion. So all the scriptures, they speak about these two things. Yes. Detachment, dispassion. Dispassion. In the English translation also is translated as dispassion. It's simply detaching from the thing. The problem. The one thing is practice, and then along with the practice, we also need to detach ourselves. What are the problems and the sorrows we discussed yesterday? Connected with our body, connected with our mind. Is there anything except these two? Everything comes there. Now, with the body and mind, you are interacting with the world. So that's why your body, mind, and the world, they are related. So if that is not integrated, it's always going to find some problem, and you are going to find yourself into some kind of problem, one after another. Clear? These things? So that's why they say, now detach. Detach from. You have the problem, you are attached to what? Sugar. Body is under influence, now problem. So what? Detach. Let go. No more serving you. Sometimes it is no more serving you, and the mind is so much get attached to it, you still keep on doing. Even it is giving pain to you. That's why we say the mind is able, it's only see the half. Yesterday we talked about, right? Limited. It has a limited vision. Similarly, other senses. We have these 5 senses, right? Yesterday I spoke about 5 senses. So these 5 senses has limitation. And it's running, our mind is behind that. Who is working behind our senses? Our mind. Right? So if you take control of your mind, you take control of your senses as well. And that's tomorrow I'm going to speak about the Sat Sampatti. Sat Sampatti is the 6 qualities of a sadhaka, practitioner. That we will look into tomorrow. So, the mind, when you take control of, then your senses also, some sense you take control of. Otherwise, they pull you out all the time. They will find one after another reason to keep you engaged outside. And when it pulls you out, definitely there is going to be a problem. Why? Because outside everything is changing. And your mind which is beyond that, that also changing. That's why right now you maybe say, oh, that's wonderful, amazing. This ice cream is so delicious. And if you eat, let's say, bunch of ice cream together, same will turn into the problem for you. Changing. Senses are changing, external world is changing, and we are trying to stabilize ourselves onto the, what are the 3 things? The external change we can put into 3 categories. What are these 3 categories? We are meeting different kind of people, right? The situations are coming. Every day we face different kind of situations, circumstances, right? And then we are coming in contact with the objects, different kind of objects. And the nature of all these 3 is what? Change. Nature of all these 3 is what? Change. The people, we meet different kind of people, or whom we are already with, we are interacting with that person, right? Second is object. And the third is circumstances and the situations. Circumstances and situations. These 3, they are floating into the world. And you are interacting with these 3 things. So your body is also going into change, your mind is also going into change. Similarly, other people and the objects and the things you are meeting, interacting, they are also changing. And if you want to find some stability on this thing, how is going to be possible? This is the illusion. Yes, something by nature which is change, and we want to establish our life there. How is going to work? There is no way. Yes. So that's why Abhyasa and Vairagya. Then you understand the nature of this, and then you start detaching yourself from that. And then you find the space inside you. Now interesting thing is that all the change which is happening, underneath that there is something which is unchanging. There is a change and there is a unchanging phenomena also in the nature. So what we are doing here, we are focusing on that. That Eka Tattva is what? That unchanging. Unchanging, we are practicing that, and the changing, then we are getting detached from that. Eka Tattva Abhyasa. That's why Upanishad also says Neti Neti. Neti Neti means what? This is also not the truth, that is also not the truth. So slowly and gradually what you do, you detach yourself. And there is no other way that you will get established into that which is non-changing. You will come to that. Slowly and gradually when you start detaching yourself from that, where you will go? You will get into that which is unchanging. Because there is no way to escape that unchanging. That is also you. So you are also changing, and there is inside you which is non-changing and beyond the two. That we call Advaita. The life is Dvaita, duality. This is the duality. Change, unchanged. But the life doesn't stop there. So Vedanta speaks about going beyond the change and unchanging also. So there is a relative truth and there is absolute truth. So relative truth is that, changing and unchanging. And beyond that, there is an absolute truth. Yes, question. No, beyond the mind. What is unchanging? Right. There is something inside you. Now you have this, your body has grown, right? And if you see from the one cell you have grown up, there has been all the time some space with you where this body has taken this place, right? And you will see that when body gets dissolved, something still will remain in you. It was before your body came into existence, there was something, and now when your body grows, there is also something, and when your body goes off, it dissolves, that also remains there. So that's we say the truth, absolute truth. Means what? It was before unmanifested, it manifests for certain period of time and again becomes unmanifested. So now you are saying, what is that? That's the yogis, they have given the different name. Some people they call it Ekatattva, right? Some people they call it Ishvara, some they call it Brahman, right? Some they call it God. Soul, in the Western language we don't call soul, we say spirit, right? Soul, the word is using here, spirit, we say the spirit. So it doesn't matter what the name you give. If you just look right now into your body, when you go to the sleep, where you go? Do you have any idea? Not to the bed. Here we are not speaking about the bed. Yes, definitely the bed is there, but when your eyes gets closed, what happens to you? Where you go? Do you have any idea? No. Yes, you just simply, you can say, I don't know. When I go somewhere, right? Yes. Dimension, right? You go some unknown space. It's very unknown to you and very relaxing to you. It's very relaxing to you. That's rejuvenate you. And that's why in the sleep we go there. Now in the sleep you go unconsciously. And that's why through the meditation what we do, we are making the effort in the beginning to go to the same unknown space consciously. Right? So that is we call the meditation, and we are going to go. This is also the one of the solution. It will come in the end there. Brothers. Sunya, right? The yogi, they also have used the word sunya. Sunya means, this is sunya. That's why the sunya we call is the contribution given by India. That everything slowly and gradually is zero. Whether you are a hero or not a hero, you are going to be zero finally. Life will going to put you into that. Right? If you don't understand what is this zero. Sunya. Sunya is another word. Void. We call void emptiness. But that emptiness, let's say this is emptiness inside the yoga hall. Some air is there, right? But there more is there. If you look more, not only the air, so many signals are there, different frequencies. So we say empty, but actually it is not empty, it's full. We say empty because to delete the past from our life. But then you get filled with like the cosmos is filled with. So with a similar kind of energy, right, and the understanding and intelligence, you are also get filled with that. Okay. So that Eka Tattva has been said with a different name, in different time frame. Because the yogi comes, and who comes to experience that, that's why I know, then they see that something got corrupted. Let's say we understand like this. The words also time to time got corrupted. Now it doesn't remain the same meaning. What was considered to be 10,000 years ago with one word, now it can be totally, might be used in a very different way. For example, if you read any of the ancient scriptures, and the one is Ramayana, you might have heard about. So in the Ramayana, we don't call it chapter. We call them Kand. Kand is like Pratham Kand, Dvitya, first, second, like this. And the Kand means knowledge, right? Nowadays, Kand, if somebody says, oh, what happened? Oh, Kand happened. Kand happened means something bad happened. So it's totally, you see, the meaning of the words got changed now. So with the, with the time flow, the meaning of the word got changed. So the yogi, time to time, that's why they used then another word. The Buddha came, he used another word. That's why he say, there is no soul. Anatma. He used the word because before him, the people, they used to emphasize so much about Atma. The Vedas and the Upanishads, they are filled with the word Atma. Atma and Anatma. So he just straightway said, there is no such thing like Atma. But who is speaking? Who says no Atma? Who is that? Atma. So there is no way to refuse. The existential truth, there is no way to refuse. It's always was there, it is now, and it will be when you are not in this earth. Your body is not here. It still will continue to exist. So that's we call Tattva. So that's why the first thing they are saying, practice that one thing. Now how to practice this one thing? That was the question. How to practice one thing? You are under the influence of the change. So sometime pleasant, sometime unpleasant. Remember, on Saturday we spoke about opposite values are complementary, right? And that we are going through. Sometime we feel pleasant and sometime we might not feel pleasant. Unpleasant feeling comes, physical comes, emotional comes. But does it stay forever? Health comes. You feel good in your health, and sometimes then sickness also comes because of the seasonal change also affecting you. But does it stay ever? No, for some time. So there's change, yes. So health comes, sickness comes, success comes, failure comes, pleasantness comes, unpleasantness comes. So that's why we don't get stick to anything. When we understand that there is some reality beyond these two. That is Eka Tattva. So that's why when you go through those changes, so you continue to contemplate that Eka Tattva. Still you might be get influenced by those change, but you will not make a hue and cry. Screaming and crying. Yes, something happened. And it will happen. Right? And that's the practice we do. We cultivate that kind of attitude which will help you to get established in that Eka Tattva. So the first solution Patanjali says here, Eka Tattva Abhyasa. Practice one thing. Now, this can be difficult As I said, it's very we say absolute, abstract in another sense. It's not so difficult, but for some people it can be difficult. Now in this Eka Tattva, you can also take one idea. One idea is what? I gave you some ideas on Saturday. And what was the first one? Life is in the present moment. And this present moment is inevitable. This is one idea. Right? So now you contemplate on that. Life is going to take you every moment into, your mind is going to come, is going to drag you, your memory is going to pull you back. Then you just keep reminding yourself, life is in the present. Every moment, every moment, every moment. Right? Life is asking you to be fully present. Whether problem comes or you are going through life pleasantly. Every moment is new for you. That we cultivate. You had some question? No? Okay. I think you raised your hand. Right? So, one idea. Yes. One idea. It can be one idea. Right, right. Remembrance. Not anything. How it can be anything? You can also remember ice cream is not going to solve your problem. Right? Huh? Yes, that's why we're giving some you here to contemplate. This is the feed for the mind to be present. So idea, right? This is the one idea. Life is in the present and present is inevitable. Right? Then what was the second idea I gave to you? 100%. Be 100%. And thus you will see when you put your 100% what happens to your team. Still you find something missing. I see still you are not present while coming to the yoga hall, many of you 100%. Why? There is written, please keep shoes here, and then everybody take the shoes behind the, in front of the door, and then you need to take there. So not present, awareness, right? So not fully present. And you will see those things. That's why sometimes you go and travel and you say, many things you see and you don't read, and then you find yourself in problem. And a gentleman is there. Have you not seen it? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't so. So that's we are cultivating, right? To be fully present. To be fully present means what? Just look deep down into the moment. It's the entire universe in the moment. It's not a small thing. That's why the yogis say. Life is in the present moment and present moment is inevitable. Second idea, put your 100%. Put your 100%. That is the second. Then what is the third idea I gave to you? Opposite values are complementary. When you put your 100%, not necessary what you wish you will get, because the result depends on so many factors, other factors which are not in your hand. So opposite, pleasant come, unpleasant come. It's your grace. So you keep going. You keep going through that. Opposite values are complementary. That's why you keep going through that. Total acceptance. Total acceptance, and then total responsibility. Right? So these are the ideas we talk. So you can take just one thing, Eka Tattva. That idea can be one thing. Right? That the Swami Vivekananda says, one idea. Take one idea and make that one idea your life. I think we have heard about Swami Vivekananda, right? Everyone now familiar with him. He was the student of Ramakrishna Paramahansa, I would say, who propagated the Vedantic philosophy again in 1892 from America, Chicago. So take one idea and make that one idea your life. That idea is your life. Right? So this idea cannot be any. You will find ideas, those ideas which are your very life, and when you take that one, it will make you that life. Take one thing and put into practice. Now, what can be this one idea? That further. It can be Guru. Now, the Guru word nowadays is got corrupted. Right? Because of some people, they did some mistakes and some things. So it doesn't mean that the truth got corrupted. It still is there. Right? Sometimes the people, they speak about now the word Guru. So many things happen into other field. In electronics things, you saw so much corruption happened. It means the electronics gadget gone away? No. So similarly in the spiritual field also, some people, everybody is trying there, and they are trying hard to get into that absolute, and they can fail because they are also what? Practicing. They are also walking, making the effort to walk on that path. So they can also drift away. It's possible. After all, we are all human beings. But what about them? Even they have not started taking any initiative. So who will take initiative, they can drift away as well. Is it making sense to us? Yes. After all, we are all human beings. When we say the initiation means what? Initiation means, it's simple. The teacher is reminding you some higher possibilities. And you decide, you make a commitment to work on that. So when you make a commitment to work on that, you can go this way and that way, it's possible, rather than going straight path. Right? So having a patience with others as well as with ourselves as well. So nowadays this word also, the people, they see, oh, so many things are happening. Sometime when I was traveling outside of India also, you know that Indian Guru and did this and that. What are you doing? Where is your focus? Where is your focus? It depends on that. It always has been something, right? In the spiritual field also, it is now also, and it will continue. You make your life, right? You decide yourself where is your focus is going, how you are using your time and energy. Rather than putting your time and energy on the defects and the faults of others which are around you, where are you putting your energy? Are you putting on energy on your self-exploration, or you are putting on the defects and the faults of others? If that is the case, just look at yourself. You are going to be one day in pain, misery and suffering. That person might get progress. If little bit go right and left, not able to walk, get drifted away. So that's why there was a Swami, there is a incident about one Swamiji. The people, they were saying a lot of bad things about him, and then one day one student asked him, why you don't reply those people, you know, they speak so much bad things about you. And he said, shut up. I don't have the time to watch my own mind. So much is going on there. I don't have the time to pay attention to those people, what is going in their head. No, you don't have much time and energy. So much time and energy, it might need you to overcome. That's why those obstacles which we discussed. Right? There's already so much inside you. how you can find the time to think about this person and that person and this person and that person? You don't have so much time. Then Swamiji gave a very nice reply. One time, and you will find always, whenever some spiritual master is progressing, you will find some rumors all around him. There is no one being escaped from that. Is any? Huh? Muri? Who is that? Prime Minister here, Modi. Also you see, you don't understand Hindi. Just search on the YouTube. we hear the goody things, right? He is a person, right? But still there are so many people. Here they speak so much bad about him. Right? But still there are so many opposite parties, and in India, you don't know about them, what the rubbish they throw on him. He's doing such a wonderful job, that's true. He brought that International Day of Yoga with the aspiration of some spiritual master here in India. Right? So, I mean to say, if you see anybody, whether into the spiritual field or other field, always you will find something there. But the things to understand here, that you don't have so much time to point out the defects and the faults of that. Focus on the right thing to do and take the right thing from there. I remember there's one Swami here, some of you went for Aarti, right? Paramatma Niketan, not that Chidanand Muniji, who is now running the whole show, but there's another Swami, Swami Akhandanand. He's very old and wise person, almost I think 90-year-old. So he's not involved into that. He's basically the head of that ashram. But he doesn't come into outside in any limelight. He just remains in the room. So I remember many years ago I went to him and I asked for some place to, do sadhana. Can I, at that time, I want to do, practice and to go more deeper, remaining alone for some period of time. And then I asked him, and in the evening time I went to meet him. And I said that can I have some space here in the ashram? I want to focus on my sadhana. I remember he said the one thing, and at that time it was very difficult to understand why he said this. But later on then I realized why he said this. So he said, okay, because at that time also so many things were also there about the ashram, going on the rumors, especially in the market. So he said to me, we can give the space to you, but while you are here, maybe you want to stay for 3 weeks or 4 weeks, 1 month or 2 months, be deaf, dumb and blind. Deaf, dumb, blind, everything gone. So basically he was meant to say, don't hear what is going around here and don't see, you focus on your sadhana, what you need, I am here to help. Right? So I remember those just simple sentence kept resonating in me long time, and it brought a lot of things. Yes. So and you will see there, and this one idea, and if you understand the intention behind it, right, the pure intention you will find, pure love you will find behind that single sentence. So that single sentence idea were being given by yogis, rishis and the maharshis, and that's why these few ideas which I have explained to you, these 5 ideas formula, this is also I got from one saint. Right? 5. He used to call it a punch, that this is the punch. What is the punch? Life is in the present, inevitable. Second is, put your 100%, give your 100%. Third, opposite values are complementary. Fourth, acceptance. Fifth, responsibility. Because sometimes people they think acceptance means I accept, okay, there is a garbage around in the yoga hall, I accept it. Is it going to clean? get cleaned? No. Need to take responsibility. Action. So that's why it's active acceptance. We call it active acceptance. You accept it and then you take action for it. Something you notice, something is not going correct, right in my body, you need to take action. Similarly, something is not going good at the level of feeling and emotions, you need to take action. So that's why the Krishna includes the karma, action. Until you are having this body, you need to do karma. Then we can't remain without karma. Now the question is, having the knowledge of right kind of karma and then putting our right kind of effort into that. Is it making sense? Until we have body with us and there is some craving and aversion connected with the body, we need to do karma. We can't remain without that. Simply is not possible. Action, any action you are doing. So if you don't choose right kind of action, you are going to do wrong kind of action. Your energy always will find the way. Energy will find the way. If you don't put into the right kind of things and right kind of actions, it will go into the other way around. Because the nature of energy is what? Movement. Simple movement. So it's going to bring. So either now you consciously make the effort to put into the right direction, otherwise it's going to go into the unrighteous things. That's simply saying. That the yogis, they say, that either you walk on the righteous path, otherwise you are going to be. There is no such thing that you will remain in between. It is possible at the highest level, but are you there? It is possible, but are you there? Not yet. So that's why we keep making, and that's why our action then, the nature of the action, we keep changing from gross to the subtle and subtle and subtle, like this, until we get established in that. So the scriptures and the Vedas and the Upanishads, and they give one idea. The Guru, as I was saying, Guru means simple meaning of this word. Some point of time in our life, we need to have a guide. It can be in form of your parents. It can be in form of some good friend. It can be in form of teacher. It can come in various ways. So there is so many words about that. Guru means what? Usually nowadays when we say, oh, that is Guru, so we just look to the picture and image. Either they find, we found them no hair, no moustache, no beard, right? Or we find all. Long hair and long beard and then big mustache. No, that doesn't mean the Guru. Huh? Guru means simple, who is leading you from darkness to the light. That's the Upanishad say. Asatoma sadgamaya, tamsoma jyotirgamaya, mrityurma amritam gyan. This is the mantra you have heard. So here he's saying, what the Guru does, he leads you from untruth to truth, unreal to real. Asatoma sadgamaya. Asat means unreal, untruth. Sadgamaya means truthfulness. He leads from untruth to truth. Second say, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, from darkness leading to the light. What does it mean? It's not the light of the bulb. Light means things start becoming clear to you. More and more clear to you. As I said, no, it's not so difficult. If I have some glass of juice in one hand, I gave you the example, and one glass of sand filled with the sand. It's very clear which is beneficial and good for you. So the things to make clear is not a difficult job, and that's what the job of a guru, to make you think clear. That means tamsoma jyotirgamaya, from the darkness to the light. What is the darkness? It's not the night dawns in you and that's it, the darkness. Darkness means unclarity inside you. When your emotions get bombarded, full of emotions, you are not able to get a clarity what to do. Similarly, lot of thoughts you have, not able to see the picture in a bigger dimension, what course of action you need to. And that's why they help us to decide. They help us to decide about. So that guidance they give. This is a guide we say. Second thing say, Mrityurma Amrutam Gamaya. They leads from us from death to deathlessness. That this body is going to die and there is inside you something beyond the body. So they will tell about this and they will show the way, they will give you some practice. Guru also means word guide, they also give you some technique. Not only they will leave you with speaking and talking about highest truth, they will also give you some techniques to go there. Right? So that is Guru. And there is a mantra, Ishwaror Gurur Atmeti. Ishwar, Guru, Atmeti, Atma. There is a mantra. Ishwaror Gurur Atmeti Murti Bhed Vibhagani. Is only the difference of figure or shape. Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya. They are permeating like a space throughout your body. Throughout your body, space is dominating in you. So the Ishwar Guru Atma is also like a space. More space. That's why when your heart, when we say, oh, this person has a very broader heart or heart opened, what does it mean? More space. And when we say closed one, what does it mean, closed one? It doesn't feel the person has space. Then don't give the space to other and don't have themselves. Yes. No, the Upanishad says, Vyomavat. Vyom means like a space. Vyapta Dehaya. Dehaya means body. It permeating into the body like the space. And through the asanas and through this, what we are doing, creating more and more space in our body. That's why you start start feeling lighter day by day as you continue to practice. What happens? More and more space into you. That's why the yogi says that 98% your body is filled with the space. In the last TTC, because when I said this to that girl for 2 weeks, she was confused. How? It is like this. The space is dominating this universe. Yeah. Science says now. Yeah. The space. And that's why the Upanishad says, Vyomavat Vyap Dehaya. It's permeating. Ishwar Guru Atma, that Tattva is permeating through your entire body. So it can be Guru, the guide, simple, who help you to overcome, right? To get rid of your thoughts. Suddenly you have, and you say, oh, I have a lot of thoughts, what to do, I don't know how to handle this. Just let them to practice, okay, come with me every day. Let's practice Bhastrika Pranayama and Kapalbhati 10 minutes every day, and you will see just in 1 week, I give you guarantee, in 1 week there is going to be a lot of change. The thoughts are going to go away. Emotions also going to be refined and purified. Yeah, it's not enough. Right. Have you heard these things? In Western world, we believe in talk therapy, psychology. Right. That's why it works, but it doesn't work long way. It doesn't work long way. We need to give some practice to them. Until they do some breathing and pranayama and go into the nature and spend time meditating and getting connection with the nature better, not going to resolve all the things, psychological issues. It's going to continue. So that's why in ancient time we used to believe, and still in India we believe, the Guru can help. Why? Because he has a bigger space. So can see the picture in a bigger term. I heard the story that there is a time, one time 4 people, they are going into the forest, right? So they heard about to go to one village. So the pathway was going through the forest. So when they went into the forest, the middle of the forest, they start wondering, okay, where to go? It's very dark, dense forest. So the story goes like this. So one person decided, oh my God, I don't know, we are going to reach or not. So went back. That's how sometimes whenever the challenge comes in our life and we don't feel, we are not finding a right way and the right path, then what? Go back. Go back means we fall into the same old ideas and the patterns and the habits, and then you find in the same mess again. Right? The one way, or maybe I can take the right way or the left way, we will reach. They can reach, but they can take little bit long time. They are going to move this way and that way. So the one person said, okay, neither I'm going to back, nor left and right. Let me to climb on the tree. Let me climb on the tree. So climbing on the tree, then he had a right perspective with it. Oh yes, he's just right there. I'm going to go straight. Yeah. So having a pose there and having a right perspective, and with a bigger dimension. Who shows this bigger dimension, right perspective? There is a possibility. Those we used to call Guru, who can give a more better and right perspective. And this is the sloka. This is one sloka, sutra, is in Ishvaro Guru Atmeti Murti Vedvivadni Vyomavatt Vyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murte Mahani. So that's why we are chanting the mantra in the beginning. What is the meaning of those mantra? 3 mantras we are chanting in the beginning. Onkara bindu sanyuktam nityam dhyayanti yoginah kamadam mokshadam chaiva onkaraya namo namaha. Onkar, right? That tattva is Om. Onkar. So you are remembering that Onkar. And in Sikhism also we say Ek Onkar Satnam Karta Purukh. That Onkar, that Om is the only doer. Nirbhav, Nirvair. That Onkar, that Eka Tattva is without any enemy. Nirvair. Nirbhav, without any fear. Rest of us, we are being dominated by one kind of and another kind of fear. That one tattva is without the fear. Right? So this mantra which we are chanting in the beginning, Onkara Bindu Sanyuktam Nityam Dhyayanti Yogina, that the yogi, they always meditate. Nityam means always. Consistently. Consistently they are meditating on it. Nityam Dhyayanti Yogina, that is one who fulfills our desires. Kamadam, he is the giver of Kamadam Mokshadam, and that he gives us liberation. Fulfilling our desires, that's we are looking in our life. We have some desires, so we want to fulfill those desires. Fulfilling those desires, then we having the liberation in our life. So that is the giver, provider of everything to us, and that's we are remembering in the first sloka. Kamadam Mokshadam Chaiva Onkaraya Namo Namaha. I bow to that Onkar Ekatattva. Now, Who help us? Hold the question. Who help us to know this Eka Tattva? That is Dakshinamurti. Dakshinamurti is the one of the name of the Shiva. And he is considered to be the Adi Guru, the first Guru of the Yoga. So in the second sloka, we are remembering that Guru. Who was the first Guru who gave the Yoga to the world? Dakshinamurti. His one name is Dakshinamurti. Daksha means very skillful. Embodiment of the skillfulness. And that's the one sloka. Krishna also says, what? Yoga is skill in action. So skillful, very skillful. Skillful in what? Knowing the truth. Knowing the higher dimension of the life. So that's why the second, the sloka we chant. After this Omkar. Guruve Sarva Lokana. So we are remembering that Guru Tattva. So when we are remembering that Guru, actually we are remembering the guide inside us as well. Does it make sense to us? Sometimes we think, oh, why I need to remember the other? No. Fool. You are not remembering other. You are remembering the guide within you. Yeah? So we remember that guide within you. So the Guru Tattva inside is all of us is dormant. It is there, but it's dormant. That's we are awakening. That's we are awakening. The Guru Tattva. And then the next is, that is the Dakshinamurti Shiva, and then the Guru in the form of the body. That's the third mantra we chant. Anandamananda Karam Prasannam. So it's very, that's why I choose it for a since over period of time, and then I found, okay, these three can be a correct connection. Okay. Then you remember that Guru in the last sloka, who is in the form of the body in front of you. Ananda. Ananda means bliss. Anandamananda Karam Prasanna. He makes you happy. He gives you the knowledge. He gives you the right perspective. So that's why in the third sloka we are remembering the Guru. Yes. Okay. No, he can be sea. It can be in the form of sea, not only he. That's many times they ask this question, this answer. It's just to, in the Vedantic principle, this has been explained in this way. But now the truth has been distorted. Like we say Shiva and Shakti. You have heard this word many times, right? And some of us maybe who are on some tantric exploration, you have heard this word quite a lot of time. But what has been put on the internet, I tell you, is not correct. So they show you half male and half female, right? Vedanta doesn't speak in that way. Vedanta says all we human beings, we are the female. Your body is the female, Shakti. Your body is female, it's Shakti. And what dwells inside this body is the Shiva. So that's why many times the people, they understand half is male, half. Now keep fighting, and then we're fighting with each other. It's not a right way of understanding. No, understand this. What they have spoken, whether you are a masculine or a feminine. You are feminine. That's they have said. In the true Tantra, if you read the Vijnana Bhairava or all these things, What they speak about? They speak like this. Whether you are in the masculine form or feminine form, you are their Prakriti. Your body is Prakriti. It doesn't matter you are a man or woman. It's Prakriti. Now what reside in this Prakriti, that's they have called Purusha. Now it distorted. They started calling male and female. It is not right way. Yes, right way of looking at the things, that your body, the Prakriti is complete, the Purusha inside you is also complete, and that's why complete is in greater harmony with the complete, and it can be. If you are half and another half and then you are trying to mingle with each other, it's never going to happen. Do we get this? Then we keep fighting. Why? Because we are trying to be complete with the help of others. I tell you, my dear, never going to happen. So right at the top, the understanding we need to cultivate and develop. That's why there is a sutra, I say, Purnamadaha Purnamidam. From the complete comes and remains the complete. They don't say from the half comes and remains half. They are going to be half. Then never you can be complete. And that's why the people, they struggle in some tantric understanding. Because many times when I was traveling in Europe, Estonia, and in these countries, they organize some festivals, tantric festivals. They asked me to speak. And I said, the right understanding on the top is not correct. Then we are trying to fulfill from each other, and then possessing each other, trying to possess and grab and do this thing and that thing. Never going to happen. Right on the top, we need to change, cultivate our understanding. And that is the understanding. That our body, whether in the form of the male or female, is Prakriti, is the part of the nature. Is the part of the nature and its nature. Inside this, there is that the consciousness, pure consciousness residing in you. So whether is the female body, there is a Prakriti and Purusha both. And both are complete. So when you understand things like this, you will see suddenly things will start unfolding you in a right way and right manner and better way. Somebody has some question from this side. Right. It's not feminine, is not a right way of saying this. Prakriti is the right word. Prakriti. Prakriti means this nature we see all around us. And that five element, that is made up of five element. So you are also made up, your body is also made up of five element. Right. So inside that is beyond the five element. And that they have called Purusha. So Purusha, when they say Purusha, it doesn't mean the female or male masculine. No. Purusha means simply who resides into your body. This body, that body is the same. So people later on, they distorted, they couldn't understand this, and that's why they translated it in this way. And that's why it became some dominating, lot of things happened later on. So it's not a right understanding. Prakriti, Purusha. Purusha is the pure consciousness. Pure consciousness. Inside you, there is a pure consciousness, and your body is the manifestation of that. Your body is the manifestation of that. You can also be, let's say, get ready and I initiate you tomorrow, became a female Swami. Who is going to stop you? There is no such thing. And I tell you the truth. Swami was not used to be in the ancient time. This lineage started from Adi Shankaracharya, from 8th, 9th century. It was not before. Because he was himself, he didn't get married. So he created the whole lineage of Swamis. So before that we used to call Rishi and Maharishis, not the Swamis. Yeah. So in modern time also some of the masters, they created this kind of Swami. So I said, you are taking initiations to explore something higher. That's it. That's the word designate. That you take some vow with your life, right, to do right kind of things. You are walking on the path. You take some commitment to practice every day. Tapas. So if you are ready, start from tomorrow. Huh? To be a Swami. Ready? So it is not about again male or female body, right? The inside you, whenever is ready to embark on the highest journey, go for it. That's why the Yoga Nidra we are practicing in the female voice. That has been in childhood, I have been in her company. And I remember at that time, we used not to go to ask her something, just to sit around, and it was so fun and so enjoyable. So it's a female guru. We call Anand Murti Guru Ma. Another Guru Ma is there who travels in Europe. When I was near to the Zurich, was giving Pranayama workshop, and she was just sitting and hugging the people, and the people, they were enjoying the love from her heart. From south of India, she travels so much around the Europe and other countries also. I think 5-6 months she traveled outside here. Female guru. So they have been. It is not a matter of male and female body. Just I wanted to say this. Right, 9 night of goddesses. We worship the female, this Prakriti. Actually, we worship that Prakriti. 9 days continuously. It comes not only in October, twice in a year. Twice in a year. One is beginning of New Year and the middle of the New. It's not about like Vedic New Year. Vedic New Year doesn't start from 1st January. It starts somewhere March, April. And at that time, we start the new year with the worshipping female god. So many things. That's why we were also struggling to finding on the internet and these things, And then slowly and gradually things start becoming clear. And then we start wondering, wow. Purnamada Purnamidam. Yeah, this sutra you are seeing. Purna means complete. We will send you on the WhatsApp, okay? Because if I go into that, it's going to take a long time, and then these things will miss. Yeah. So focus on Ekatattva, one principle. That can be one idea. It can be Guru. It can be the self with the not small s. Self with the capital S. Capital S means what? Not with the ego. There can be the danger of it. So it can be Guru, Ishwar. That's why in India, the teacher also is paid a lot of respect. More than the parents even. And that's why the parents here in India, they send their kids and the children to the Gurukul, to some Swami and the master. I remember from me also when I was being sent, I was just 6-7-year-old from home and stay there in like very closed environment. Nothing is there. 6 months I just cried. What the hell I have done that I have been put here? No TV, we can't go outside to play. And before that you used to be like, free bird, going everywhere, coming in the middle of the night at the home. And so my family guru said, send him to somewhere else. He's not going to study at home. So 6 months I remember in the beginning, how were they? This was really like a hell, prison, it seemed to. But slowly and gradually, that's, there's nothing to do. Then you start opening the book slowly and gradually because you don't find day and night anything else. And then you start reading those things. So I remember in that 6 months, how much change happened just being in that. That's why discipline, I said from there we learn how it can bring a change and how it can save your life. Yeah. It was not so easy, but I understand now very well, very clear. There was nothing, no gadgets, no TV, nothing was there. And even, I know, the toilet were being made 500 meters away from where we used to live. You know why? You see the intelligence behind that? That they will drag you 4 o'clock out of your room and make you walk. So when you walk 500 meters, your sleep is going to go away. So there was no inbuilt bathroom inside the campus. You have to walk 500. And I remember we used to take the towel and run first who is going to go, otherwise there is going to be a queue. So now I understand why they made, at that time it was, we used to, struggle with that. And this I remember in the beginning, one day we were in the queue and then we used to wake up like before 4, run, take the shower before everybody. So there used to be some discipline and something they used to make. It looks like hard if we see from the superficial point of view, but there was some wisdom inside, a great wisdom. Yeah. So and those moments were there. It helped us to go through many struggles of the life smoothly. I remember one time when I used to go to one Swamiji, I used to drive to practice. I used to drive 1 hour by car to go to the outside of the city. And I remember at that time I used to wake 2:30 in the morning. 2:30 in the morning, take the shower, done your daily routine things. Then 3 o'clock sit in the car, 1 hour drive, 4 to 6 practice, 6 o'clock come back, and then you go for work. That used to be one point of time the routine. Even I remember the one time initially when we used to take the class, yoga class for 2 hours. That was the routine. 2:30 to wake up, do your sadhana, 20-minute practice at that time we were doing. And then you take a class 4 to 6. After 1 hour traveling every day. That was to be like every day. You take and then you come back and then you do your other things. So life put you in a lot of things to give a shape. But you admire those things. Later on, in the beginning it might seems to be difficult. You are enjoying a lot of good things here. I remember how we have been. Yes, so you are very fortunate ones. Can I? So focus on one principle. And I remember one time there was some little problem and this Swamiji said me the same thing. Focus on one thing. Ekatattva abhyasam. We were the group of people sitting and discussing. So he said the same thing. If you still something, you do practice and you will find something still might be bothering you. If that still something is bothering you, then focusing on one thing will help you to overcome it. There is no other way around. So, practice one thing. Now this one thing can be very absolute and abstract. it might not come into our comprehension because the mind is so much distracted and going all around. So that's why then, and we are going through different kind of emotions, different kind of thoughts are coming. So that's why then they give another solutions also. So about this Ekatattva, they say consistently doing the same practice for long time rather than dabbling in different things. Use one technique, one practice, explore it fully rather than jumping this and that. Nowadays we also do spiritual shopping. Yes, it's very fashionable nowadays. That's why choose one thing and then stick to that. Go deeper into that. This way and that way, explore it fully. And then you find, okay, it doesn't work for me. Then you find something else. So consistently doing. You choose one thing and then you stick to one thing. Practice for a long time. Right? Then, as I said, we go through the different feeling and emotions. Right? That comes the next solution. That is the second sutra. Huh? Oh, sorry. Now, that comes the second, because we go through, when we do sadhana, and you see already how many things you are going through, physical and emotional. So we go through a lot of physical and emotional things, right? Sometimes feeling pleasant, sometimes not pleasant, happy, sad. So we go through different emotions, and angry. Sometimes angry, disappointed, some comfortable, and again something uncomfortable. Cockroach into the room. Something leisure. Oh my God. Anything can bother you, and you find some people more. So we go through different kind of emotions, right? And that's the yoga. It says counter thoughts. Cultivate the counter thoughts. This is the second solution here. The first sutra of the solution, and this you will see, you will find this 8. So the first we Ekatattva Abhyasa, practice one thing consistently for a long time. Now he is giving the second sutra. Maitri Karuna Mudita Upekshana, that is 33. Sukha Dukkha Punya Apunya Vishanam Bhavanasya Chitta Prasadanam. Counter thought. What the counter thought is going to do? Bhavanasya Chitta Prasadanam. Prasadanam means will keep you happy. Your chit, your mind. If you cultivate, this is the attitude we are cultivating of counter thoughts. What does it mean? Now listen it carefully. So it says Maitri Karuna, Mudita Upekshana. These are the 4 things he says in the first part of the stanza. Maitri means friendliness, Karuna, compassion, Mudita, happiness, Upeksha, ignore. So friendliness, compassion, happiness and ignore. Now these 4 kind of attitude we need to cultivate and apply. We meet 4 different kind of people. What are these 4 different kind of people? Sukha. Sukha means joyful. Joyful. Ecstatic, joyful. Upeksha means ignore. So Maitri, Be happy with the friendly people. Or with the happy. Sukha. Sukha means pleasant, who are living the life of joyfulness. Cultivate friendliness with them. Why? What happens? Yes. If you don't cultivate friendliness, what other thing will happen to you? Jealousy. Counter. That's why they are saying, be friendly with the happy people. This you can see a lot of things that tend to happen into the artistic community. And yoga community also you can find a lot nowadays. Yes, everywhere you will find. So that's why he say here, cultivate friendliness with the happy people. Now, what about unhappy people? Dukkha. Dukkha means unhappy. Compassion. He say, cultivate the compassion. Because with the dukkhi, what can be? You see some unhappy person around you. You can cultivate some, bad intention, and that you create the karma. And that's why here the yoga is saying to make you free from the karma. So that's why they say compassion, cultivate the compassion. Compassion means what? Educate them. Compassion means here, educate them. Educate them about self-knowledge. Give them self-knowledge. Or encourage them into be on the path of the knowledge. That is compassion. Encourage them into certain kind of practice. If somebody is unhappy, sad, because so many things didn't take care about the body, their feelings, emotions, right? Didn't pay enough attention to themselves, to taking care about themselves. Now you are encouraging them to start taking care of their body and the feelings, their energy. So you make them aware, you encourage them to be into the knowledge, karuna, compassion. And that's why we have so many examples of the compassion from the life of the Buddha, right? Increasing the awareness. If anybody is going to him with the grief and the pain and the misery, what he used to do? He used to make them to be aware of the higher truth. I will give just one example to you. There are so many examples are in his life, where somebody is going with the pain, suffering, misery, and then rather than providing that thing, he used to increase that awareness, looking to the truth. So there is just one incident that one lady goes to Buddha because she has only one son, young son, and the young son died. Right? So she was in pain, she was in misery, and she was suffering because the memory of the son. So somebody told her, maybe you can go to the Buddha, he can give a right kind of solution to you. So she goes to him and then she explained all her pain. And Buddha, rather than saying anything else, he said, okay, go into the town and ask in every house. What he says? Go in the town, ask in every house, and come back and tell me if you find one house where nobody has died. Just one house. So she went around, she asked every house, and then he find that in many of the houses, the people they have died who were more younger than his son. They were in even more pain and misery. And then she came back and she said, thank you. And then she got initiated by Buddha because he made her aware of the life and how much short it is. And she became one of the foremost disciple of the Buddha. So that's how this is, and we call the Buddha as the embodiment of what? Compassion. Right? So the living kindness. So that is the compassion. where you encourage them to be into the knowledge. You make them more aware about the life. So simply when we are into any kind of suffering, pain and misery means some ignorance. So you remove that ignorance. Somebody comes to you with some hope, asking for something. Okay, it is in your capacity, you give them. But what is the best thing to do? Make them aware about themselves, that you have so much energy inside you. You have so much power. God-given gift to you, your body. Take care about it. Yeah. And then put into the right direction. Karuna. Right? So the people, they are coming with the ignorance, so it doesn't mean that you get angry also with them and you go away, you the hell, why you have come here. No, you show them away from your side. Then third thing is mudita. Who are some people you see around us, they are into service. One or this kind of service, they are helping, who have taken some projects, some initiative. There you can find a lot of people are there who are working in such kind of project, which are uplifting the life of the people. Right? You help them in those projects if you can. If you can't help, allow yourself to be into your sadhana, personal practice. If you can offer from something, you can be helpful into that service, be helpful for them. Otherwise, pay attention to your practice. If you don't do that, again you are going to find some fault with them, I tell you. Either you can be helping hand, the people who have engaged them into some kind of service, they have taken the project. If you don't do that, where your attention is going to be and why you are not helping? Because your attitude had stuck somewhere finding the fault. Defect, you can say. Fault and the defects with others. Right? So that's why there they say. And the fourth one is upekshanam. Upeksha means ignore. Now what kind of people? This is the fourth. Cultivating. Upeksha means some people, they are, let's say, around you will find not even able to take care about themselves, and suddenly maybe in your home, old age people you can see coughing or doing something, and then you might see them with the attitude of hate, or so many stories we hear. Rather than doing that, what you have inside you, it's okay, that is their life, so much of the life, 10 year, 15 year. From your side, you can help them to give some medicine, you can help them to be, make them more comfortable, finding them some space, more viable, so it doesn't get, your work also doesn't get disturbed, and they are also living their life, spending rest of the time, whatever they have, 5 year, 10 year, 15 year, 20 year in your home. So taking care of them is also a responsibility. Yeah, this is the one. But some people, they are really engaged into horrible activity, destructive activity, violence activity. These kind of things are also happening. Every border. Right? So ignoring and keep putting yourself into your sadhana. These are the next solution the Patanjali gave. Counter thought. Cultivate the counter thought. With the unhappy people, right, who are uneducated, with them, but make sure that you don't lose your sadhana. Right. Right. Yes. So you, without losing yourself, you can provide the help them as much as you can, right? If the person you see, sometimes they don't pay attention and don't listen to it. And there can be an attitude of, I don't care, it's my life. Okay, it's your life, go to hell. You don't say this, right? But inside you, you keep that calmness, quietness, and you can give them help and support from one time, second time, third time, fourth time, and still if they are not listening to you, so definitely one day they are going to be in pain, that's for sure. But you don't lose your patience. Yes, if our body is in pain, that's we need to pay attention to just some food and practice and some, natural help, and that can help you to be better. That's why we are doing this. Can you repeat the question again? Sorry. Yes, most of the people who are doing evils, right? And sometimes you need to be around them, or they are around you. Point 2 and 4, Karuna and Apunya, right? Karuna is not with the Apunya. Apunya is coming with the ignoring them. Providing some support, help from you, and then ignoring. It's like educating them and ignoring. It's not like you don't cultivate attitude that they feel bad about your attitude. Right? So something from your side you provide, and you will see that they are helpless. They bounded also by the gunas of the nature. Having this understanding, you help them at that point of time. And then you get into your work and your sadhana. So you don't spoil your sadhana because of the other people who are into the evil activities. Yes, that was your questions, right? Yes. You don't let your sadhana to spoil. Remember, these are for sadhaka. He is saying how to overcome those problems, right? Obstacles. So he is giving now second solution. If that is also doesn't work for you, now comes pranayama, which we are practicing morning every day. That's why I put you 6 o'clock to be here. Pranayama. Practice pranayama. If you are not able to cultivate these, you get also sometime you have heard this word, you get burnout. With the people, they don't understand, they don't listen, they keep doing the same city things again and again, and then you also being around them, maybe they are your family members or relative or some whom with you emotionally is attached and connected, right? And after some time they don't pay attention and the person feels burnout. Oh, I'm really feeling helpless. So in such kind of situations, many times the people doing some kind of this healing work also I have seen. So in the healing work you are giving, exchanging your energy, but then you don't know how to bring it back to you. And after that, they also people, you will see, they also burn out, they also feel fatigued and tired in their life. Even though the grand master, I know, she took to do the teacher training, I remember maybe in February, and she could complete the training in, finally we said, okay, if you don't do now, complete it, then we have to say bye-bye to you. And then she said, Swamiji, maybe you can put some private class for me so I can complete my training. So she completed the training in 6 months. And she's a grand master of Reiki. Oh my God, how it can be. So completely got burned out with the people, just giving the healing to others. working with others. Now, she didn't know about how to get back the energy. No pranayama practice in their life, no meditation. Then any of the healing work also can make you to burn out after some time. And that's why same thing has happened with many of the yoga teachers as well. I would like to point out to you. Some yoga teacher initially they do very good in the beginning, and if they don't know how to come back to yourself and they don't practice, maybe they are practicing asana but they are not doing the meditation and the pranayama. That's why after some time, 1 year, 2 years, they also get drawn in their life. The teaching, I tell you, is not an easy job. Because there you are sharing your space with them. It's not a product that you give them and okay, bye-bye. Your feeling and emotions are getting there. So many stuff comes when you are giving the class. So that's why it's, I remember initially where I learned, so he was like very strict with that. If going to give the class, after that make sure you come back home, you take the shower or you do the meditation and some pranayama, some protection technique you do take in your life while you are doing the teaching, and especially intensified teaching. So as a yoga teacher, you also later on need to be very careful about this. Yes. So the pranayama then help you to come back to your space and your energy. So that's the third sutra. The Patanjali is giving Eka Tattva, that pranayama. Then every day you practice pranayama. Initially maybe you can start with the 5 minutes of practice, and then slowly and gradually you will see more and more responsibilities are coming to you. You need more and more power and energy to handle those things. Then you increase that. From the 5 minutes you go to the 10 minutes. 10 minutes to the 15 minutes. And it is not a hard thing to do. Initially in the beginning to practice alone, maybe the 5 minutes, it seems to be 5 minutes. But then you are into the teaching. You are teaching other people. Your practice is also getting involved. So you will see, already the time is getting increased of your practice as well. Do we see that? Right? So this is the third thing he says. Eka Tattva Pranayama. What it will do, pranayam? Why we are not able to cultivate the counter thought? Because of some dharana, concepts, ideas, beliefs that's pulling you back. And pranayama helps to break them. Your old pattern, old habits. That's why in the drug addiction and this, I was mentioning before, this Californian friend, they are teaching Kundalini Yoga. What is there? Lot of breath work. Lot of pranayama practice. And that helps to break the old pattern. The pranayama cleans that. Removes the old patterns, old habits, sanskaras, impressions, memories from you, which pulls you back. So the pranayama helps to clean it. Is it clear? Making sense to us? Kumbhaka, and that's why we are holding the breath when we do. I say to breathe in, inhale, hold the breath. This is Kumbhaka. It's called internal retention. Internal retention, external retention. Kumbhaka. In Sanskrit, Kumbhaka means retention of the breath. So you breathe in, inhale, you hold the breath, and then and have you seen when you hold the breath, your thought thinking stops. Now you are increasing that space more and more, that gap more and more. So initially maybe you are able to hold externally or internally 10 seconds, then you increase the time 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 30, 1 minute, more than 1 minute. So slowly and gradually it can be increased very easily. It's not a difficult thing to do. Yes. Yeah. Go to the office so they will tell you. मेरा एग्जाम है ना चलिए, तो वो नीचे आ रही है, मुझको क्वेश्चन पेपर और वो 3-4 पेपर दे देना, वो रूम में जाकर कर लेना, उसी के अपने रूम में जाकर, ठीक है? Okay, clear about the pranayama, and there are some more things. We will continue to speak it tomorrow. Yes. So we stop today with the third sutra. Then I will speak a bit more about it. Question? Right. Cultivate counter thought, pranayama. Yes. Practice one thing. That's why slowly and gradually you will find there are so many things. So which is not essential to you, which is not necessary to you, it will fall apart automatically. Right. So if you are not having this understanding of one tattva and allowing yourself to be in communion with that, then you are under influence of feeling and emotions, interacting with the people. So you are also going some up and downs, right? So there is the counter thought. Use the counter thought, because the people might come with you a lot of anger, frustration, jealousy, this kind. So because you don't let your sadhana to be spoiled, so you cultivate that thought of friendliness and compassion and happiness, and something you will find you need to ignore completely, because you don't let your sadhana to be spoiled by those negativity. And if you find difficulty now maintaining those attitude of friendliness and compassion, pranayama, do practice, and how you will not. You will be able to cultivate those positive thoughts, and will help you to counter the negative. And then slowly and gradually, then you will start having this understanding of Eka Tattva also. That's how it goes. Right? And then we will continue to speak about, we have just reached to the third, there are 5 more. No, yes, the next is the Pratyahara, but he is now speaking in another way, using the senses. Right? With the senses, because we need to interact with the world, so how we can make use of that senses. So he is giving now more detailed explanation of that. So we will continue to explore it tomorrow. So now we take a 5-minute break. How much time you need? 5 minutes, 10 minutes? 10 Okay. So 10-minute break, and then we come back.